Welcome back to our channel, where we uncover the most gripping true crime stories from around the world. Samantha Miller, a bride who tragically passed away just hours after her wedding night, is the focus of this episode. We'll delve into the details of this heartbreaking case, exploring the background of those involved, the legal proceedings, and the aftermath of this senseless event. Our sincere condolences go out to Samantha, her family and friends. We hope that such tragedies do not occur in the future. Before proceeding, I'd like to share an important message with everyone. We've been exerting our utmost effort to produce top-notch content on our channel. Despite our dedication over a considerable period, we're yet to reach our initial goal of 1,000 subscribers, with 97% of our viewers yet to subscribe. Therefore, we kindly ask you to consider subscribing to our channel if you enjoy our content. Samantha Sam Miller, 34, and Eric Hutchinson, 36, were married on April 28, 2023, in a beautiful ceremony at Folly Beach, South Carolina, attended by 150 guests. Samantha told her sister, Mandy Jenkins, that she wished the night would never end, calling it the best night of her life. Sadly, their joy was short-lived. Around 10 p.m, the couple left their reception in a road-legal golf cart to return to their rental home, waving goodbye to their guests as they rode away. Benjamin Garrett, Eric's brother-in-law, was driving the golf cart with his 17-year-old son, Brogan Garrett, in the passenger seat. Suddenly, a car violently collided with the rear of the golf cart. Eric and Samantha were immediately hit by the car, which was travelling at 65 miles per hour. The cart rolled multiple times, ejecting the occupants over 300 feet, roughly the length of a football field. Jamie, 25, was driving the Toyota Camry, a grey rental car. She was returning home after a night of bar hopping on Center Street, the main thoroughfare in Folly Beach, and the only access to and from Folly Island. Although Jamie was uninjured, she was bewildered and confused by the incident. Her blood alcohol concentration was 0.261%, more than 3 times the legal limit. Paramedics did everything they could to save Samantha, but sadly, they were unsuccessful. She passed away still wearing her wedding dress. Samantha's final day was one she had eagerly looked forward to and meticulously planned. She and Eric had only been married for a few hours before her death. Eric was taken to the Medical University of South Carolina, where he was treated for 2 broken legs, facial fractures, vertebral fractures, brain hemorrhage. Brogan suffered minor injuries, but Benjamin needed medical care for severe road rash and open wounds. Eric had the heartbreaking task of planning his new wife's funeral, which took place on May 13, 2023, 2 weeks after their wedding day, while he was recovering in the hospital. A few days later, Eric filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Jamie, who was being held at the Charleston County Jail. Several bars, including those Jamie visited that day, are also named in the lawsuit. One of these places is Taco Boy, a Mexican restaurant that had recently hired Jamie as a waiter and hosted a gathering earlier that day. It is alleged that a Taco Boy manager forced Jamie to drink alcohol at this event. The complaints seek damages for negligence, wrongful death, wrongful hiring and training, breach of duty, and negligent infliction of emotional distress. Eric accuses the 4 establishments Jamie visited that day of irresponsibly serving an intoxicated customer. South Carolina law prohibits businesses with alcohol licenses from serving visibly drunk patrons. According to the lawsuit, Jamie Komorowski continued to be served excessive amounts of alcohol at each of these establishments despite being clearly intoxicated. To help cover funeral and medical expenses, Lisa Miller, Samantha Miller's mother, started a GoFundMe page, which raised over $720,000. The family asked that donations also be made to Mothers Against Drunk Driving, MAD. Jamie Komorowski, 25, is from Clinton, New Jersey. She moved to Charleston, South Carolina to attend Coastal Carolina University from 2015 to 2020, where she was an active sorority member and earned a bachelor's degree in marketing and hotel, resort and tourism management. After graduating, she remained in the area and has worked for the past 2.5 years as a logistics account executive at the trucking company Quality Logistics. On Friday, April 28, 2023, Jamie spent most of the evening visiting various bars. She likely drove to Centre Street after starting her night at El Gallo Bar and Grill in Charleston, then visited the Drop-In Bar and Deli, the Crab Shack and Snapper Jacks. Before 10 p.m, she left James Island, a 19-minute drive from Folly Island, where she shared a one-storey house with 2 roommates. Jamie was driving 65 miles per hour in a 25 miles per hour zone when she collided with the golf cart. She was on Centre Street, a dead-end road leading to a beach in a popular vacation spot frequented by children, families and bikers, where legal golf carts are common. Jamie faced 3 counts of felony DUI resulting in great bodily injury or death, and 1 count of reckless homicide. She admitted to drinking 1 beer and 1 tequila-based drink an hour before driving. Despite having a blood alcohol concentration of 0.26%, she was uninjured in the crash. Jamie repeatedly insisted to the authorities that she did nothing wrong. She was uncooperative at the scene, refused to take a field sobriety test, called out for her absent partner, and demanded a lawyer. Jamie was detained without bond and placed on suicide watch at the Charleston County Jail. If found guilty of Samantha's wrongful death, she could face up to 25 years in prison and a fine of up to $25,100. Additionally, if the other 3 passengers are injured, she could face an additional 15 years in jail and a $110,100 fine. For committing reckless homicide, she might be sentenced to another 10 years in prison and a $5,000 fine. At her court appearance on August 1st, Judge Michael Nettles ordered that she remain in custody until the start of her trial, which is scheduled to begin by March 2024. Komorowski was released from the Sheriff Al Cannon Detention Center after her trial did not begin in March. She will remain under house arrest as she awaits her trial. Samantha Sam Lee Miller, 34, turned to her husband Eric just before she passed away and said, "I want this day, this evening, to last forever." Samantha was the only person killed in the collision. Born in Charlotte, North Carolina, Samantha loved the sea. At her funeral, Eric called her a beach girl. Her parents, Lisa and David Miller, welcomed her into the world on March 27, 1989. When she was a small child, her parents divorced and her mother later remarried Brad Warner, her stepfather. Samantha had several siblings: Mendy Jenkins, Jake Warner, Nathan and Joseph Miller. In addition to being a wife and cat mom, Samantha was also a sister, aunt and friend. Her mother was one of her closest friends. On her wedding day, Samantha surprised her mother by dancing to their song, Bruno Mars' Just the Way You Are, which the DJ introduced as a dance with the most important person in the bride's life. She believed her soulmate was her spouse, Eric. Samantha exuded natural confidence and had an infectious smile. She loved to laugh and was a beautiful, formidable presence as described in her obituary, which notes how difficult it is to express just how unique she was. The fatal crash occurred in the neighbourhood of Folly Beach on South Carolina's Folly Island, a few miles outside of Charleston. This 12-square-mile island is encircled by the Atlantic Ocean and the Folly River and features 6 miles of stunning beaches. Both residents and tourists enjoy visiting Folly Beach, which boasts several restaurants, surf shops and souvenir stores. On Centre Street, where Jamie was bar hopping, the island's top speed limit is 25 miles per hour due to the large number of tourists, walkers and children. Additionally, legal golf carts can be driven on the streets. Additionally, the Q Crime channel offers numerous other captivating cases for you to explore. Don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on notifications to stay updated with Q Crime Story videos every day. Farewell for now, and we eagerly anticipate your presence in our future videos.